Hey everyone, welcome. I have a short practice for you today that I really love. This is a practice that you can do to help yourself get a little calmer, a little more grounded. And it's a lovely practice because you can do it pretty much anywhere. Just take a couple of minutes for a short break to really get yourself recentered and to start to get a little more present. This is a practice that does work with your breath. So if you know that focusing on your breath is more stressful for you, this may not be the best practice for you to try right now. But for anyone who finds that breath work is okay, I hope you'll give this a shot. There's two phases to this practice. The first one, we're just working on gradually slowing your breath down and particularly focusing on getting a slower exhale. And that is really helpful for starting to help you be more present in the moment and also for signaling to your nervous system that it's okay to start to move out of the stress response. The second part of this practice involves some counting, and that can be really helpful to then add another layer of focus for your mind. So if you find the mind is spinning, sometimes we can give the mind something to do, and that can even help more to get us grounded in the present. So if you'd like to give this a try, you really can do this in any position. But to start out with, I'd suggest getting comfortable somewhere where it's quiet and you can focus. And then later you can take this practice out into your life. We'll take a moment just to notice how your body feels and to see if you would like to adjust anything so you can be a little more comfortable and a little more present with your breath. Start to become aware that you're breathing. And to start with, you don't need to breathe in any particular way. Maybe you're just bringing your attention to your breath and you're noticing that your breath has a rhythm. It may be your chest or your abdomen are rising and falling. Maybe there's other sensations that are coming along with your breathing right now. So you're just noticing. And then very gently, very gradually, no rush, we're going to start to slow the breath down. And I encourage you to think more about breathing slower than breathing more deeply. So it's not necessarily about how much air you're taking in. We want the breath to be comfortable all the way through the full breath cycle. But maybe you're starting to just slow down, so you're taking a little longer with that inhale and a little longer with the exhale. And as you're doing that, if it feels okay to slow the exhale even a little bit more than the inhale, that can be really helpful. So you're taking a slow, easy inhale. And then really taking your time to let all of the exhale breath out. And then a slow, easy inhale. And then really taking your time with that exhale. So as you're breathing in this way, we want it to be comfortable for you. So your breath might be faster or slower than another person's. It's not about some kind of optimal tempo. It's about still being able to breathe with ease. And slowing down even just a little bit more than where you were before. And trusting your body. So if your body is saying too much, your body is right. And just see how it feels to come into this slower rhythm. Feeling the sensations of that inhale and the exhale as it goes out. And then if you like, you can add a practice of counting. And what I'm going to suggest is that you count just the exhales and that you count backwards. So to start out with, you might start with the number 9 and count all the way down to 0. Remember, you're just counting the exhales, so it's a slow, easy inhale and a slow exhale, 9. And then counting down to 8 on your next breath. Taking your time. Going at your own pace. If you get lost, just start again when you realize. If you get to 0, you can rest quietly or you can begin again. If you're still counting, then let go of the count. Simply resting your attention on your breath coming in and out of your body. And then notice if anything is shifted in how you feel physically, mentally, energy-wise. Just noticing what this practice did for you. Now, how this practice affects us is going to vary by individual, by circumstance. It also gets more effective when we practice it regularly. We get a little better at it. There's nothing magical about the number 9, so if you really like that counting backwards, feel free to use a higher number. If you found it challenging, maybe a lower number is best to start. If you had your eyes closed, you might softly open them. Keep the eyes relaxed, but start to let in some light. If your eyes are open, you're just bringing a little more awareness out into the space around you. And then as you transition into the rest of your day, if you did feel a little calmer, a little more centered, you might set the intention to take that with you, to hang on to it for a little while longer. It won't stay forever. And you might come back to these practices as often as you like. They can make a really nice break and help you reset in the middle of whatever is going on. I hope you enjoyed practicing with me. I loved sharing this practice with you. Take really good care, and may we all be balanced and well.